Redditors who accidentally sent a family member a nude. What was the aftermath? Edit: because there seems to be confusion for some reason. I'm a woman. I meant to send it to someone on WhatsApp that I was dating at the time and didn't realize I accidentally sent it to my brother. Their names were next to each other in my chat list and I chose the wrong one. I frantically called my sister-in-law and told her what happened and begged her to go into his phone and delete the message with the photo. This is before WhatsApp added the functionality to delete your own messages. She was so sweet and understanding and deleted the message. I was so embarrassed. To this day she has kept my secret. This happened 5 years ago. For context, my mom had some life-threatening medical issues when I was a kid, so there were a few month-plus-long periods where we rarely saw her. One night, I got a text from her that says, "Send me a pic of you stroking it in bed." I thought she wanted a picture of me and my dog snuggling, as he slept with me and was the cutest sleeper. I usually sent her one every few days, even when she was home. It also doubled as her way to make sure I was following my bedtime. I was taking the picture, and I get a follow-up "ignore that text." At the same time, my dad opens my door so hard the hinges break. He says, "You get a text from Mama?" I say yeah, and he says, "It wasn't meant for you," and leaves. I felt weird about it for days, even though it was years before I figured it out. I happened to live across the street at the time and a dirty message meant for my now wife was sent to my mother. Luckily for me, my mum is notorious for ignoring her phone, so I sprinted across the street and said, "Hey, where is your phone?" She told me it was on her desk, so I calmly walked over, unlocked it and deleted the message. In response to the look of confusion, I told her deleted a message that was meant for now wife. And left it at that. Well, I did send a nude by accident. But it wasn't of me. My buddy and I always troll each other with funny pictures without context. Sometimes he will send me a gif of a monkey pissing in its own mouth, and then I would reply with a gif of Ace Ventura when he walks out of the bathroom soaking wet. One day he sends me a picture of some elderly woman completely nude, holding a sign that says, "Send me a sugar daddy." I almost spit out my drink. It was a good one, so I googled old man sagging balls and started looking through a bunch of funny naked pictures of old men to send back. At the same time that I was flipping through Google's nude elderly man catalog, my mom was texting me about some restaurant plans for dinner that weekend, and I'm trying to jump between her questions and the wrinkly nutsack museum. I find this glorious picture of an old man with his balls hanging down to his knees, with a huge bush you wouldn't believe. I grab the link and respond with that. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you can guess, I didn't send the picture to my friend. Instead, I responded to my mom's question of "Have you decided on what you are going to wear tonight?" with a picture of the most disgruntled looking geezer, ball sack sagging down and nearly blowing in the wind. I saw her start typing, but she backspaced it and stopped. A few moments later she responds, "Well, if you plan on showing up like that, you may as well not come at all." I burst out laughing. At least she was a good sport about it. One time my dad accidentally texted me anal sex if the Patriots win, and I still don't believe I have recovered. I didn't accidentally send a nude, but my phone did auto-upload all my pictures when I connected it to my mom's computer. I'm no longer allowed to connect hardware to my mom's computer. My ex accidentally sent his mum a dick pic instead of me when we were on the phone. Her reply was, "No one wants to see that nasty little thing." I once sent a pic to a GF in college when we were home for break. Only I searched her contact by last name and accidentally sent it to her mum. Thankfully it was late and she was able to sneak into her parents' room and delete it before they saw. My brother texted me back, "I'm going to delete our message history and pretend I never saw that." Good man. This is why I'm afraid of iCloud and family cloud sharing. When sending a nude, I'm hitting those buttons with surgical precision. I didn't send a nude. I was in the shower. about age 15, and I heard the phone ring. My best friend had a habit of calling while I was showering. So, I bolted out naked as the day I was born to grab the phone before she hung up. I didn't realize pretty much my entire dad's side of the family was visiting my terminally ill mother. They saw it all. My aunt jokingly said, "Well, dang, I didn't know there was gonna be a show." And someone said, "We were just joking when we said you'd grow up to be a stripper." I had to do a walk of shame back to the bathroom as well. It was laughed off and it hasn't been brought up since. Sent a pic of my boobs to my mum, managed to convince her I was trying to take a pic of what I thought was a lump, but ended up dropping my phone and sent it while fumbling, which has happened before, but then she made me show her where I thought the lump was, so that was very awkward. My ex sent her dad one when we were in our last year of high school. Was safe to say he didn't allow her over my house very often after that. Well, it wouldn't have been so bad had it not been for the fact that all of my contacts got it. Friends, family, acquaintances, co-workers, my boss, etc. I got multiple write-ups at work for sexual harassment, but they were understanding enough not to fire me, lol. Grandpa had a heart attack and died. I don't actually know if that's at all related. I did accidentally send him a pic, and he died the day after, but he was also well into his 90s, and that may have just been nature taking its course. We will never know. When I was a boy, my sister was gifted a digital camera. These were pretty cool back then. Being a little boy, I decided to play with it and took a photo of my thingy. I forgot to delete it and my stepdad was messing with it, saw the picture and exploded, thinking my sister had a boy over. She got in trouble and then my mum said, "You what a loser." Not a nude but a dirty text. My father-in-law and my wife have similar names. She has the female version of his name. So not paying attention, I sent a dirty text detailing my plans for us that night. The names are Brian and Brianna. I uploaded a sex tape to the family album by autosync accidentally, but quickly deleted it after the mistake. Then through a friend we discovered the sex tape was uploaded and circulating around various porn sites with my cousin's face deepfaked onto mine, so it looked like he's doing it to my girlfriend. That was a year ago and we still have not confronted him regarding it. Should also point out that he does not at all seem to be the creepy type. My grandpa accidentally sent a DP to his granddaughter, my cousin. Grandpa was horny and didn't quite know how to text. Hit the wrong name. We've kind of chose to ignore it, and allowed uncle and aunt to handle it. Accidentally texted my wife, and both brothers, their wives, my mother, father, and grandfather, "If you bring me some water I'll let you touch my penis." Oops. Not a family member, but this happened recently. I accidentally uploaded a video to my Snapchat story at like 5 AM one night. I woke up around 8:30 AM to my brother calling me with like 30 missed calls and a few texts from friends. The panic and fear that set in that moment was insane. My heart was racing. I got it deleted, but whoever is up early mornings and checks Snapchat saw it. I got a message from an unknown number from someone I probably knew from high school or college telling me not to do that, as if it were on purpose. I know somewhere someone has a video of it. It's pretty hard to think about, but try not to let it get to me. One time I thought I had mastitis and I took a picture of my boob to send to my midwife so she could confirm. Later, I was trying to show my family how to find the shared albums and I sent a screenshot of the photo app with all the albums showing. In doing so, I accidentally sent a small picture of my boob to my mom, grandma, and my brother. My mom and grandma didn't really care, but my brother was like, "Ew, gross." We never spoke of it again. I'm just thankful it was a small photo and only of my boob and not anything else. Also, I was part of a healthy eating group over COVID. One of the admins put a picture of his latest weight on the scale. He'd lost 2 kilograms. However, He'd taken the pic bare ass naked so you could see his balls hanging down and ass cheeks in the reflection of the scale. I was like, hey, Mark, you might want to check the reflection on that scale. He apologized and reposted with undies on. Sent one to my cousin on accident and he sent one back. I'm not sure if he was intimidated or if I should be. Just this past Christmas I accidentally sent my cousin more than just a couple photos thinking I was messaging my fiancée. It was the night before our family party too. She never responded and I was so nervous. I was unloading food and presents from the car when she pulled up. We awkwardly made small talk and she asked me what kind of food I brought. I told her and there was a slight pause and she smirks and says, "You also brought that cake." We had a good laugh, and she said not to worry about it. I still cringe. I showed everything in those photos. Everything. This was a major fail that wasn't on purpose, but could have been so much worse. I'd just recently left my children's dad and was deep in discovery around Tinder and sexting. The last time I'd been single was 2003, so I had a lot of catching up to do. I took a picture of my vagina at the urging of one of my sexting buddies, but deleted it. My 2-year-old daughter used my phone a bit, so I went into deleted from deleted items, and all the deleted items were gone. I knew I hadn't deleted them. I suddenly realized that my 10-year-old had got a new iPad and maybe the photos had synced. I could have just not said anything. But my son came home from school and I asked him if the pics showed up on his iPad. He said yes, there was a picture of your vagina. It was so gross. Why did you take a picture of that? I made up some excuse about thinking I had a pimple on there and needing to see it, and apologized and unsynced the pics, not sure how that had been turned on. I said, look, I'm very sorry about that, but the pictures somehow synced and I've unsynced them. He said it was really embarrassing cause I had my iPad at school and went to show some boys a meme I'd deleted and then I saw that. I quickly deleted everything and nobody saw it. I was dying. But we navigated it. 6 years later, he's 16 with a girlfriend and the other day said there was no pimple. Was there, Mum? I said yeah, sorry about that. He said it's good that I blocked the whole thing from my memory and can't remember what it looked like. Edit, another funny thing that happened not long after Pimplegate, we were just recovering and he was using my laptop computer to play Minecraft. Next minute I hear a shout, "Mum! What does package sent? Your discreet lady vibrator with 10 speeds mean? Mum! You're gross." An eBay notification of my latest purchase had popped up. I disabled notifications after that. Poor boy knew more than he wanted to about Mum's sex life.